Good morning. Let me see over here on the computer. Hello, people on YouTube, on Instagram. Hi. I I am here to say something that I was reminded by my mother in the morning. Well, she sent me a video that made me remember about something that had happened and happened to me. Um, in the video was written, do not wait for people to come or to do something for you to do something that you want. Good morning, Vinicius. The video was just telling to do what you want to do without waiting for people to do this with you. Go wherever you want to go and do not wait for people to come with you. And this is very funny because most people they don't do things that they want to do because they have nobody to do it with. I'm gonna tell you something that happened. One day I was walking in the street here in Berlin, and I was walking. And I passed a restaurant, and I said, "Oh, nice restaurant." The person that was with me said, "Oh, yes, I've always wanted to come here to this restaurant." And then I said, "Then why didn't you come?" Ah, because there was nobody to come with me. And then I remembered instantaneously. I was like, one thing that I learned from my parents was if you want to do something, do it. Do not wait for people to come and do that with you. Do not wait for the goodwill of someone to do things with you because it's your desire, not the people's desire. So if you want something, if you want to do something, do not wait for people to want to do it with you. Have the habit of doing things because you want to do them, not because somebody else is with you. Another thing that had happened to me, I was around what 15 years old or something like this. I was traveling with my cousin. I was in my uncle's house and I was with my cousin, his wife, my second degree cousin, and the cousin of my second degree cousin. It's like it's a family stuff, like from their side. And I was with this woman and her daughter, and we went outside for shopping clothes. And I was in another city. My mother had told me, said, Karini, go there, buy clothes because over here the clothes are expensive, blah, blah, blah. I was walking. It was almost in the end of our shopping. I looked at a store and I saw a red blouse. And then I said, oh, wait a second, I want that. The girl, my little cousin, she looked at me and she said, well, I want to be home right now. So it's not everything that we want that we can get. When she said that, I just looked at her mother and said, wait a second, I'm going to that store. Not to prove to that girl that I could buy or I could do what I want, but because of two reasons. Reason number one, my mother told me if you are looking for a certain thing, you found that thing, get it. You should get it. Otherwise, you're going to keep thinking and regretting that you didn't get it. And the reason number two was actually to not let her comment make me feel bad and make me feel powerless because that moment was a challenge for me and for everything that I had learned from my parents. If my parents said, Karini, do things regardless of people being with you or not. Like, if people are with you, okay. If they are not, it's something that you want, do it. Why not? Every time I was somewhere with my mother or my father, and I would comment, like in Brazil, I would look at a woman and be like, she's so beautiful. My mother would say, Tell her, go there and talk to her. Do this, do that. I had a friend in my city that I really wanted some company to go to places, to do things, and I wanted to do many things. And sometimes this friend was not available. And I would come and say to my mother, "Oh, mom, I want to do this, but this person is not coming with me." My mother would say, "Arini, live your life unattached of people. Do not get attached to people. If you want to do something, do it. Why are you going to wait for somebody else?" I am telling this right now because I see many people, they are leaving their dreams away just because the invitation that they give to somebody else is not working, the person's not coming. So the people are inviting other people to do something that they actually want to do, and because the other people said no, they feel bad, frustrated, and they don't do what they want to do. And this is one thing that really makes people get get lost in life and stay behind, because when you are waiting for people to take the decisions for you, you're not going to live. You don't have life anymore because you are dependent on people. You are attached to people. Your decisions are only based on people. But Karine, we have to care about other people. We live in a society. So because hi Danny, good morning. So because we live in a society, we need to take care of people, think and consider people. Well, let me give you an example. Let me something that I was talking to my student some months ago. The people you know now, they are just the people that you are around. Obviously, sometimes the brain does not accept the obvious. You are in that city, let's say you are in that city, and you know these people because you are inserted in that place. Of course, you are there, you are inserted in that place. Okay. If you move to another place, trust me, the people that you are caring so much about, they will not keep thinking about you as much as you think about them because they live their own lives. So you are too much attached to people that actually have their own lives. And you forget that your attachment is not reciprocate. So you are attached to them, you are a very minimum portion of their lives. So you think that you have to take care of these people's lives, you have to care about what they think, their decisions, etc., etc. No, people are living their lives. So if you decide to do something that people are not doing it with you are going to find other people that are doing the same thing with you. Look, I have nobody to go to a restaurant with me. I have nobody that I know. They will not come to the restaurant with me. But once I enter that door and I look around, the restaurant is full of people. And there are these people in the restaurant, but not the people that I know, but there are people over there. So the people you know that you think that you have to care so much about, they have their own lives. And if you don't start taking care of your own life, you are going to live by someone else's decision because you are depending on somebody else's decision to live your life. But it's not how it works. Unless you have a partner, this doesn't work for a partnership, a husband or a wife, because over there you have to be in agreement. But the rest doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if your parents are coming, Doesn't matter if your best friend is coming, doesn't matter if your dog is coming, your life is in your hands. Nobody has power over your life. Nobody has to make you do something or not to do something because they are not there, you know? So when you take decisions, regardless of who is coming with you or what you think that people think about you, you start to take power over your own life. You want to travel. But I don't know anybody in the place where I want to go. When you arrive there, you're gonna meet them. Stop getting attached to things that you already have. Do not be attached to the things that you know because things change, people change, situations change. And when you get attached, you do not let life flow because what happens? Pay attention. There is a river and the river is flowing, right? The river is flowing, the water is going. And if the river was attached to the water, the river wouldn't let the water pass. So it would just grab the water. That water has to be there. That one has to be there. And what happens when the water in the river does not flow? It becomes mud. It starts to dry. It becomes a desert. So the river's flowing, okay, stopped flowing, then becomes muddy, then becomes clay, then the water evaporates because the river's trying to contain the water, it's not gonna happen, and then it starts to dry. So it dried, and because it dried, now the plants start to die. This is attachment. When you are attached to the things that you have, or to the people in your life, to the circumstances, you do not let the things go because it has to flow. You have to understand that the people are coming and go, and then you meet new people. It's not that you are going to be alone because we have the illusion that if the people that we know now they go, they leave our lives, we're going to be alone. But this is just an illusion because if you go outside in the street and you look around, you're going to see so many people. You are never alone, but you have that illusion that you are alone because the people are not the same, because you don't know them. Actually, it's because you did not interact with them. So you have to do the things and take your own decisions to have control over your life. Because if you do not control your life, someone else is controlling your life. Like in the example of that little cousin of mine, she would have controlled my life because I wanted that blouse, not her. It was my desire, not hers. And if I would just have accepted what she was telling me, that where there is a will, there is no way. It's the opposite, right? But for me, I learned since I was a child, Karin, if you want something, you want it, not other people. So the people, they don't have power over your desire because it's your desire, not theirs. I had a friend, same friend in Brazil, that I love languages. And since I was younger, I wanted to speak English. Like right now, I'm speaking English, and I wanted to speak English. I wanted to have fluency in the language. I wanted to speak, and I was talking to this friend of mine, and she was saying, "Karine, wake up! You're in Brazil." She was very annoyed with my passion for languages because I was all the time talking to foreigners on the internet. I was all the time speaking in English, singing in English, watching in English, writing in English, and learning some other languages like Russian, German. And I was just going around languages, and she was very annoyed and she was angry at me. Now, if I was a person that wanted to keep that friendship, to not harm the friendship and just be there and just, enjoy the time with her, I would have stopped. But I learned that my desire is my desire. It's not because she didn't want the language that I should not want. So when you are attached, let me drink water, right? Yeah. When you are attached to people, to situations, to everything, you do not grow. And attachment is not love. Okay. People tend to mistake attachment with love. Love does not keep you stuck in a place. Love is not possession. Understand? When you love your friends, you love your family, love is not a feeling, it is an act. It is not a feeling. People mistake the feeling of love. That's not a feeling. It is an action, just like drink, eat, respect, speak. It's a verb to love. It is I love you, right? It's not I feel love for you. I love is an action. So when you are attached to people and you say, I am attached because I love, no, you have to have self love. Self love is in loving, that is, there are lots of actions for love. Just like when you are drinking, like I drank water right now. So to drink water, actions, the actions, I'm gonna say, I take the bottle, take one action, and I put the water in my mouth. I swallow. See, there are many actions for the action of drinking water. The verb of drinking has many actions, many verbs that are related to the act of drink. But drink is just the general term for the action of grabbing the water, putting it in my mouth, and there are many things that happen in this process. You see, and when you have the self knowledge, when you know yourself, see that everything now starts to get wider. Because from one small thing that was a little decision of doing things that you want, this is knowledge of yourself and self love, self respect, self care, everything that you do for yourself. You can never do to somebody else something that you don't do to yourself. It's impossible. So if somebody doesn't love themselves, they cannot love anyone. If you do not respect yourself, if you do not keep the promises that you make for yourself, you are not respecting yourself. What does it have to do with the friendly advice that I'm giving? The friendly advice is you have to do the things that you want because you want, not because other people are going to do with you. Okay, fine. But what happens? Now we get deeper. We get to 18 minutes talking about this very shallow area. Now we go deeper. People, they don't do things alone because they do not trust themselves. Now it starts to get a little bit tricky, right? So you do not trust yourself. This is why you don't go to places by yourself, because you don't have trust in yourself. You need people to tell you that you are doing good. So you need people to say, hey, you are doing good. Wait, this is a thumb. So people are saying you're doing good. But what happens to you is that when the people are not around you, the people are not with you, you tell yourself that you do one thing, but you do not do it. And you do not respect yourself. This comes to the video that I did about confidence. Why people do not have confidence. And the reason why people do not have confidence in themselves to do what they desire to do that by themselves without depending on anyone, being authentic and what is the word for that? Autonomous. Being autonomous. Why people cannot do this is because number one, they always break their own promises. So a person that is all the time saying, I will start exercising. I will start exercising next week. And next week comes, they have an excuse to not exercise. And they do not exercise. This is for anything. Like, I am going to write a text. I am going to change this habit. I will sleep early. I will not I will not drink alcohol. But the person tells themselves, I will not do something, and they do it. They do what they say that they will not do. So the brain works like this. The brain understands things like this. If you say that you will do one thing and you do not do it, your brain does not trust the message that you are giving anymore because it's smart. All the time you tell yourself now that you're going to do something, your brain says, no, this person never does this because there has been many promises that this person already told themselves and broke it. The number two reason why people do not have confidence is because they neglect themselves. How? They neglect themselves. Okay. So I know, I know that if I eat me, it's my case because I am allergic. I know that if I eat pork, I will have allergic reactions. I know that I will feel pain, that I will have many things on my skin coming out. I know that I will have a lot of intestinal problems, but I eat it anyways, knowing the problem. Okay, this is allergy. Okay, this is something that is instantaneously happening, right? Okay, so I am allergic, I'm not gonna eat, of course. But I know one thing also. Someone came to me and gave me a radioactive material. So someone got this radioactive material from somewhere and they said to me, Karine, this is radioactive. Be careful. You can touch it, no problem. But there can be something that will happen to you. And it's proven it will happen. Something bad will happen to you because this is radioactive. I touch it. I am neglecting that the thing will happen to me and it will for sure happen to me. So I start to tell myself that nah, no problem. But I know inside of me. The problem is that you know inside of you that something is wrong, but you keep doing it anyways. You know your behavior is wrong, but you keep doing it anyways. This is neglecting. You know, you are 100% aware that it's wrong. But Karine, should we not know? So with knowledge comes responsibility, right? People have to have responsibility over their actions. So I know that whatever I do is wrong. Will I keep doing it? Should I keep doing it? No, but people do it. People neglect their responsibilities. know what's the problem? The problem is that people think that their lives is a joke. And this is very funny actually, because um, just a second. Let me just see something over here. I was talking to some people about this situation of neglecting, and we got to the conclusion that people prefer delaying their death for some momentary pleasure over taking care of their lives for delayed gratification. This is something interesting because the result of that is often something bad. And the worst thing is when the person knows. The person knows that what they are doing is wrong and they keep doing it. My mother once, she was studying, um, it was a technical course in environment, and they were studying the laws, the laws of deforestation, of hunting, and there was a question. So, the person that is living there in the middle of the jungle does not have access to internet, does not have any knowledge of the laws. This person over there that doesn't know anything. If the fiscalization, if the police comes and see that they are killing animals for their own survival, this person is hunting to eat that animal that is forbidden to hunt. Will this person still go to jail because they didn't know? The teacher said it is an obligation of every citizen to know the laws. The I don't know or I didn't know does not exclude you from punishment. And it's even worse that you didn't know something. Because now he said that the not knowing does not exclude you from punishment or from the law. If you didn't know that you're breaking the law, you're still breaking the law. And the people, they want not to know something because they want to say, well, I didn't know that. In my house, in my house, every time my sister or I would say, I didn't know. My parents would say, did you ask? Why did you not ask? If you didn't know, why did you not ask? They always say, ask the question. If you don't know something, ask it. And the question of neglecting, the people know, they know that it's wrong, that they cannot be doing this. And for the solution that they have for their guilty, their guilt, their the feeling that they are guilty, is that they don't want to know anymore. They don't want to know anymore because it will exclude them from the guilt. But this is not how things are. This is not how life is. When you do not know something, it does not exclude you from the consequences of your actions. So, what is better? To know something and act accordingly, or not know willingly and act without thinking of the consequences, because it will hurt in the beginning. It will be difficult in the beginning for you to know and acting according to what you know. But people don't want that. People don't like that. People feel guilty when they know that they are doing something bad and when people remind them of the bad that they are doing. People feel guilty. This is why people don't want to know the truth of things. And that situation that everyone is waiting for somebody else to come and do things with them, the thumbs up that everyone is expecting, the people are waiting for a thumbs up, say, hey, you're doing good. We are in a restaurant there. Very good. I am appreciating to know your knowledge of whatever you're talking about. Another situation is that these people that cannot take their own decisions is because they are afraid of being alone, because they are not comfortable with their own thoughts. People that are full of regret, they are not comfortable with the thoughts inside of their heads. So they keep thinking about what could have been, and they are thinking of what they did. So they start to fly into their thoughts, into negative thoughts of something that happened. It was their fault. Something someone said, it was bad. Something that happened in their childhood, now it's coming up. In the moment that they are silent, they are just diving into horrible thoughts, negative thoughts. So the only way that they can find to get rid of these thoughts is with someone else talking in front of them, feeling good and complimenting them about what they are talking about, what they are doing, what they are saying. They always do things so they can be complimented. Don't be this person. When you know yourself and you are not afraid of yourself, when you're not afraid of the judgment of other people, what the other people are thinking about you, you don't have to run away of your own thoughts, because people are mostly running away from their own thoughts because their thoughts are telling them that they are being judged by somebody else, but actually the judgment is in your own head. It's what I said. People are not even thinking about you, and you're giving so much importance to people that this person's not coming with me, that I want to travel but I'm going to be alone, I want to go to that restaurant but I'm going to be alone, and I don't have this and that and that and that, I need that person, that person, that person. No, nobody's thinking about you, nobody's paying attention to you. You have to pay attention to your own life. What is it in you that makes you scared of yourself, that you cannot sit and stay with your thoughts for a little while without getting triggered by yourself? That you need people to be all the time cheering you up? That you need people? That you need to have, that you have the necessity of people to do things with you? First of all, yes, we live in a society. Yes, we live with humans. Yes, but the first thing you have to understand and learn how to do is do things by yourself. And then later, it will just be a pleasure to be with other people, not escape. Because many people, they are using other people as escape from themselves. They're trying to escape themselves, trying to escape their own thoughts. This is why people are attached, and they don't want to do things by themselves because they are attached to other people as escape, the escape of their own thoughts. Face your thoughts. Look at this. Listen to what I'm saying. You are afraid of your own thoughts. It's just your thought. It's what you are thinking about yourself. That's just your thought. And people, they are using other people as escape. To escape the reality that they are creating for themselves. Hi, Sibeli. So when you start to face your own thoughts, you face whatever you are creating in your mind, and you start to understand who you are. Doesn't matter if you are in Germany, in Brazil, in Japan, sleeping, awake, in a restaurant, wherever you are. Doesn't matter. You know, first of all, you know you're not alone. Not alone. You're never afraid of being alone. When you know who you are and who is with you, you are never alone. Trust me. Even when you are in the most isolated area on earth, you're not alone. If only you knew what I know, you would know. You're never alone. And when you understand, hi Jose, when you understand that, you don't need people to come with you. You don't need people to take decisions. You don't depend on people coming to the cinema with you because you want to see that movie. You called this friend, not available. That friend, not available. Go! Go by yourself. If it is so important for you, go. Do it. Do what you want regardless of who is with you. When I heard that person saying to me that they wanted to go to that restaurant, but they had never gone. Sorry, I'm late. No problem. They had never gone because nobody went with him. I was completely out of my mind when I heard that thing. I was like, oh my god. Okay, Karine, zip your mouth because I learned one thing. When people don't ask for your help, and when people strictly say, I don't want help, don't try to help. When this person said to me that, I held my tongue, I held my lips, I was like, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. Your mother taught you, okay, fine, keep it for yourself because this person doesn't want to know. And the best thing you do when you cannot say things to people, do not befriend them. Because a friend is someone that you can tell the truth. You can tell the truth and say, hey, you are messing up over there. That's not how things are. And if the person doesn't want you to tell them when they are making a mistake, why are you friends with this person? There is no actual. What is that? That's not friendship. If you cannot tell the truth to this person, no, this is not a friendship. So when you know yourself, when you understand who you are, you go to a restaurant alone. Oh my god, I don't know how many times I grabbed my stuff and I just took a train and went somewhere random myself. That's I took a plane, people. I just took a plane. I said, bye, mom, bye, dad, bye, sis, bye, Brazil, bye. Okay, my father didn't speak English. Mom, no English. Sis, no English. I was speaking English. Okay, and I'm gonna stay here. No, I wanna travel. Me, not them. My family didn't want to travel. It was not their priority. Now I was going to be there, like, I want to travel, I want to travel, but you don't want to travel. Hi, come on, do what you want to do. Now I'm gonna be because you didn't want to do, like, taking the responsibility of something that I wanted to do and putting on the hands of somebody that had no desire. No, but it was my desire. I wanted to travel. I wanted to travel. My sister didn't want to travel. My father, my mother, no, I did. But Karin, you have courage. Oh, Karin, you did this. There is no excuse for what I had, I didn't have, that I had help, I didn't have help. Doesn't matter the circumstance. Whatever you want is what you do. You don't need people to do the things with you or for you. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And look, I said one day that your life is as abundant as your vision, right? So we have here many circles. Okay, so we have many circles. Hi, Vito. These little circles. Let's say that this is your vision. This inner circle over here, this is your vision. And you have this border here. If your vision is not bigger than this circle here, your life is only this size here. When you get attached to everything that is around you, yes, here, there is a border, there is a limit. When you get attached to this limit over here, you do not grow. You do not get out of this bubble because you are attached to the people here. But there are people here, people here, people here, and there are people everywhere and situations everywhere. And you are over here in this bubble here, and you are attached to the people over here, the friends that are not actually your friends, and you can just change your friendship. When you start to change and you start to widen your vision, you start to see, wow, there is more life outside of this bubble. So you start to go bigger. And when you start to grow and you start to get out of bubbles, you start to see that life is wider than what you were living because you kept your mind stuck and the vision so narrow that you couldn't see beyond the limits that you put to yourself. This is what I said earlier about the thoughts. You are afraid of your own thoughts because you are creating the thoughts that are limiting you. You are over there inside of your head, just taking a pen and making a circle. Here, okay, this is the limit. Don't cross. No, stay here. Stop being attached to people, situations, places, everything. Life requires no attachment. When you get attached again, the metaphor of the river, when the river becomes attached to the water, to that specific water, that the river is flowing, 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 and then the river wants to hold that water, start to hold that water, it becomes mud, it becomes clay, it dries, becomes a desert, and it doesn't work anymore because now this water evaporated, and then the river has nothing but a dry and dead land. Let it flow, let it go. The people, situations, the most important thing, the most important thing in the life is not what is happening, but what you are learning from what is happening. The important thing is not what is happening, but what you are learning from what is happening. Stop looking at the events. Don't look at the events. Look at the lessons that the events are bringing. The lessons. Everything is going bad. Stop looking at the circumstance. Everything is going bad. What do I learn with this? Everything is good. Do not forget to analyze your life when it's good too. Because you need to learn. You need to learn. And learning will make your life. You have to learn to live. Say welcome to yourself. Tell yourself that you are precious and pay attention to your thoughts, because even the negative thoughts that you have, they are telling you things that you need, parts of your life that needs to heal. Even these negative thoughts, do not try to repress your thoughts. Do not try to numb your thoughts. Pay attention to your thoughts. And when you pay attention to your thoughts, you will see what you need to give to yourself, to heal yourself. Do not ignore the painful thoughts that you have. Do not ignore the painful memories, but understand what do you need. Because when you understand what you need, what your thoughts are telling you start to grow and you're not going to be afraid of yourself anymore. Don't be afraid of your thoughts. Understand them. Write them. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Do not repress your thoughts. Be compassionate to yourself. Understanding that you need to let it go and let it flow. When there is dirty water in a pipe, there is no other way to clean that water or clean that pipe without letting the dirt flow. Just put water and let the dirt be dirt. Let it go. Understand your thoughts. Do not hate your thoughts. Understand that even the worst thought that you have is telling you something. It is like a pain. When you feel pain, your body is telling you something. You need to understand what is happening, why you are having certain thoughts. You need to understand. A friendly advice became a very deep advice. Very deep advice for you to understand that number one, you are not alone. Number two, you do not depend on people. My mother, when I was around 4 years old, she took me in her arms and she said, "My daughter, one day I'll pass away." I felt bad. And then she said, "Don't be afraid, don't be sad. Understand one thing, it can be 20 years later, it can be 2 days later, it can be some minutes later. I don't know when, but when I go, you have to understand that you can live without anyone. but there is one that you cannot live without, that is always with you: God. You can live without any person, without your father, without your sister, without anyone, but you don't live without God. Understand that. And understand that God is always with you. And she told me that. And I understood that. I understood what she said. And this increased my love for people. People would think that it would make me become feelingless or emotionless. No, it increased my love, my compassion to people. When I see people struggling because I am not attached and I have the understanding that I am not separated. I am not attached, but I am not separated. I understand this, and I know that I can live without anyone. And when you understand who God is, well, I just have one thing to say: God does not exist. God does not exist because He was not created, He's the creator. And the existence is only for creatures like humans. God does not exist. God is. Because existence is under to be. He is, doesn't exist. He's the creator, not the creature. Sorry, I answered the call. That's awesome. I hope the call made you learn many things, Jose. I also have to be thankful. I am thankful for many students of mine, and I am very thankful for Jose because though he is not a, um, how do I say, a direct student of mine, he is a student of mine because he learns and he pays attention. He asks questions. He's always present in the live streams and in the reels and everything. He asks questions. And as all of my students inspire me, the people that are not direct students like Jose also do inspire me because I always remember that learning never ends, that I receive from God what I need to receive, and there is always more. There is always more. And thank you very much, Jose, for being you. And I am so thankful for everyone to be everyone. It's awesome. So, people, this is it. Thank you very much, Jose. Thank you very much for the others that joined the live stream. I just want you to understand that once you start to know yourself, everything else, everything else becomes so small because you understand that there is no worry, there is no concern in life when you understand who you are. You are like what Jesus said: just don't be worried about the day of tomorrow. It's like you're just not worried about what is happening because you understand who you are, truly. So you'll be like, oh. And one thing, when you know yourself, you are never in a hurry. This is something with me, and this is the truth. When you know yourself, you are never late and never in a hurry. Never. You just be like, you be. Oh, it's awesome. So I wish you guys discovery. I hope you discover yourselves and understand yourselves. Pay attention to your thoughts. Do not repress your thoughts. Listen to your thoughts and understand what they are signaling. Something is wrong. What is it? Something is right. What is it? Understand. Let the bad thoughts flow and understand what point you need to fix. Sometimes it is so difficult to know myself. Yes, you know why it's difficult to know yourself? Because you are living consciously. You are living right here. Let me show you something. The top of the pyramid over here. Uh, the rest. You are here, conscious. Conscious, subconscious, unconscious. And there is more behind this, okay? So when you are living only consciously in the most shallow level of your life, that is what you are doing during the day. You are worried about work, food, those things of the physical life that we learned that are like this. You find it difficult to go deeper because you have never been deeper, and you don't know how to go deeper because you didn't learn. But when you start to activate your subconscious and you start to go deeper to your unconscious and you start to go out of yourself, you start to understand yourself. It sounds complicated, but it's very simple. Very simple. And this simple thing I will only say in a private video. Okay? So I'm not gonna tell right now this, but later I will make available for whoever wants to know this and text me because I'm gonna teach how to go deeper into yourself. I was feeling lost, but I had been better. Yeah, I think you're getting better. So, whoever wants to know how to go deeper, let me know. Send me a message or write on the comments that I will make available the private video because it's not here right now that I'm going to explain this. I will explain later. And I wish you all a great day. Understand yourself. And Jose, you're doing a good job. Just keep asking yourself questions. Just keep going deeper. Though it seems like you're not getting out of your position, but you are. Every step you take, every information you get is always making your mind to expand. You are expanding, you cannot shrink again. So it may seem a small progress, but a small progress is still a progress and it's a process. So I wish you all a good day and yes, love for all of you, light and clarity of mind. Pay attention to your intention. See you guys. Bye bye.